What's up? What's up, my tragedies? What's up, my tragedy children? It's gonna be a tragedy. Why the world be mad at me? What's going on? I want to talk to y'all about being alone. It's Valentine's Day, and I am alone again. I'm alone, and I ain't never felt better, bro. I ain't never felt better, dog. Straight up. I got to wake up when I wanted to. I got to eat what I wanted to. I got to go to sleep when I wanted to last night. I went back to the gym, did calves, took some more photos, did some more vacuums. I'm really just enjoying life, man. I'm so thankful to God, to Jesus, and to his spirit, and to his Holy Ghost. I'm so thankful. What a change. What year is it? It's 2026. I told my boys that they say, what year? Because they saw that the years were changing. They're getting older and understanding. And it's 2026 because, the clock is all messed up and most likely, whatever. But you get the idea. It was 2026 because 2026 years ago, Jesus died. Yeshua HaMashiach died, and he gave up his spirit. He gave up the ghost. And that is so important that our years are based on that. Our year is 2026 because he gave up his spirit. That is how important that was. And when you've been through the ringer, and you've been through the mud, and you've been through the dope, and you've been through the molly, and you done lost hope, and you sleeping in your truck, and you strung out, and your wife is banging all sorts of black men, and your girlfriend's banging all sorts of dudes, and you at your wits end, you got to remember that it's 2026. It's 2026, and he gave up the ghost, man, where you can turn that all around. You can turn that all around at any time. It's up to you, man. It's up to you. Well, it's not up to you. It's up to you to accept the gift. It was a gift, bro. A ghost that he gave up. Very important. Now, to Valentine's Day. Do you guys know where the history of Valentine's Day is? The history of Valentine's Day is the soldiers and the Civil War. The Confederate and the Union soldiers. That's the history of Valentine's Day. It has nothing to do with buying some female some chocolate and love your wife. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with all the sons that died in the Civil War on both sides. That's what it has to do with. And as an African American male with a last name that's been here for 400 years, that's very important to me, bro. It really is. So we took the holiday like most holidays. They take them and they divert them. Christmas is supposed to be for Christ, and we have all this tree and all that stuff going on. I'm not a big hater on all that because it could be worse. It could be Ramadan or something, It could be worse. But yes, the history of Valentine's Day is the Civil War. The mothers got together and formed a holiday. And I think it wasn't Abe. I almost want to remember it was Abe, but Abe was already dead. Right? Did Abe? No, maybe no. Abe lived. Abe lived to see Abraham Lincoln seen that. He seen the war end. Maybe. I could be wrong. But I think the mothers pleaded to Abe to have the holiday to remember all the fallen sons and the flowers. That's where it comes from. That's the history of it. It's all the men that put their life on the line, bro, to free us Negroes. That's a big deal, bro. That is a really big deal that we don't think about. Yes, sir. That's a big deal we don't think about, bro. Man, put their life on the line, bro. They were eating chicken pot pie with their wife up in some farm cabin in Illinois, and the Union and the United States, the Union called you into holy hell, into the worst war that this country has ever seen, fought on our own land. As we know, we are the toughest people. We the toughest soldiers. So if you fight each other, it was the worst. It was the worst. And then with the South, they took the most poorest, ragtag, bunch of bandits, you know, eating raccoons and possums up in the woods and told, hey, we'll get you a job, we'll get you a suit, we'll get you dressed up, da 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 da. You just got to go storm this front. And, you know, they didn't really, you know. And while the rich, you know, the rich Southerners, the ones that actually owned slaves was, you know, just sitting there. Or they were generals. They were big top brass generals, or they were, because of bloodline, because of your family. Or you just wasn't involved. You were still shipping money around, still making money for this Confederate. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Always remember that the United States is the only country that ever fought a war to free slaves. No man on earth, no race of people has ever fought a war to free slaves. Never happened. Remember that, bro, before you like, oh, remember that. And so I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Be blessed, bro. It's Valentine's Day. We walking Han Solo, bro. Enjoying every minute of it. I'm finna go buy a ceramic pan from Walmart. Cook some ground beef. Get these beat videos out. I got some beats dropping. I got a beat dropping. I gotta make another one. And that's it, man. Y'all be blessed, bro. Stay up, man, for real.